everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps. My name is Carson and I'm the Duchess of Suds here on this channel. Today we're going to be making a farmhouse cider slab. The difference between a soap slab and a soap loaf is only the size. A slab is about the size of 4 loaves, so it's this big square that you get to pour into, whereas a loaf is just this long skinny thing. This actually turned out being one of my favorite low tops of like my entire holiday collection because the colors are really vivid and the way I textured the top is like really cool. If you aren't following me on Instagram, I have 2, one for royalty soaps and one for personal stuff. And without further ado, let's get soap making. I would already have you up under my arms. Woo! Sometimes I like to stick blend my oils before I even begin just because I like the way it looks. Confessions with Katie. We spell confessions with a K. So the first thing we're going to do for the apple cider or farmhouse cider slab is pour the lye water solution down the stick blender. The recipe I am using today is listed in percentage form down in the description box below. It's listed as such for your convenience so that you can stick it easily into a lye calculator and get it just right for the size of your molds. Now I'm gonna blend on high until just past emulsification. Alright, emulsification being reached, we are now going to split off this batch into 3 equal portions. Now these 3 buckets I got online. I will leave you guys a link to them down below. I cannot recommend them enough. They're super heavy duty plastic. They clean out easily, they hold a ton of soap. And the bucket that I am using to pour out of is actually just a Sterilite bucket from Target. They're very inexpensive, maybe $2 or $3 a piece. I really like that they're rectangle because pouring off, as you can see, is quite easy because it creates its own spout. Now I'm going to scrapey out my big container. We won't be returning to the big container again, so you might as well get out all the goodness. Now let's put in our colors. The first color I have here is Queen Catherine from TKB Trading. It is a ruby sort of garnet color. It's absolutely stunning in cold processed soap, and I'm using it today to sort of represent the red delicious apple peel, so the apple on the outside. The next color is Aztec Gold from TKB Trading. This is representing the actual apple cider color. And finally, we're gonna add some titanium dioxide mixed with water. This is gonna represent whipped cream. And now we're gonna blend them up from lightest to darkest. I've also decided to add a little bit of really red mica into here because I feel like this color needs to be anchored. So as you can see, that really red mica, so it didn't really change the shade, it just made it more saturated. The fragrance oil we're using today is Farmhouse Cider. I purchased this from Wholesale Supplies Plus. It is worth every single penny. I've tried a couple of different cider fragrance oils, but by far, this is the most accurate and the easiest to work with, and it smells the best, and it stays the best in cold processed soap. I'm gonna begin by hand blending this fragrance oil in. I'm pretty sure that it does discolor a teeny tiny bit. Instead of taking it a brown direction though, I think it kind of takes it a yellow cream direction, which is good because I started out with a really stark white, but having it be sort of a cream color, I think will look even more appetizing. This smells like fresh mulled apple cider that has been sitting on your stove, soaking in all of the spices in your little sachet. If you've ever made fresh cider, you have to put all the spices in like a little tea bag and you sit there, and the longer it kind of cooks and simmers, the stronger and the tastier it is. My mom makes it every single year and it doesn't take long for her whole pot to disappear. This is one of the fragrances that really just reminds me of home, makes me feel cozy, and just sort of has the warm and winter feeling that I wanted to portray in my cold process line this year. All right, fragrance oil being mixed in, time to start pouring into our large slab mold. The first color I want to start with is the red. I'm pouring about that much. It doesn't even go to the edges. And I am moving a little quickly because the white is setting up. Not horribly, but just enough that I know I probably need to not dilly-dally. Come in with the red again. Wow, the colors are so beautiful. And the fragrance is getting stronger the longer it sits and sort of marinates in the cold process soap. So that's kind of the last big pour for the white. I only did 2 for that because it was setting up, and we'll do a few more with the ones that aren't. I'm also working at a warmer temperature today, so that could be contributing. I'm gonna go ahead and scrape out the white now, even though I have a few more pours to do probably with the other 2 colors, because I don't want the white to be the primary color on the top. So I'm gonna try to get that in and cover it up a little bit. Okay, gonna get some more of the caramel in on the top here. I'm not scraping these other 2 yet. I'm just getting the bulk majority out onto the soap. And now I'm gonna have someone bigger and stronger than me tap this on the ground. So I'm gonna scrape the last few bits of the red and the caramel out. We're gonna let those fall as they may. Any area that I see that probably could use a bit of them, I'm gonna try to get some on there. So before I texture this top, I've taken a little bit of mocha brown mica and I put it in a tea strainer, and I'm just gonna tap that all across the soap. It's just gonna be a light dusting, maybe make it look like cinnamon. And then once I stir it up, there's gonna be bits that are obvious and bits that are not so obvious and are a little bit more concealed. And I do wanna make sure that every single bar does get some, so getting around the edges and making sure they aren't left behind is quite important. Because remember, we're trying to visualize every single bar here, not the entire slab as a whole. Now that that's done, I'm gonna take a spoon and I'm just gonna mishmash the top. It's supposed to look, well, it's just supposed to look a little bit messy. The spoon that I've picked is rather flat, which sort of aids in the texture, and I am making sure that I get those edges. In fact, I might just go around the edges right now to make sure I get them really good, but y'all can see the brown sort of getting smeared into the top a little bit. And this is really textured. It's gonna have some ridges. It's gonna be very definitive in shape. This is also supposed to kind of give you a fireplace feel. I don't know, I think I'm gonna leave you guys sort of a Pinterest mood board. I'll insert it right now for kind of my vision, my inspiration for how I wanted this soap to make you feel when you look at it. You guys will have to tell me if I did a good job. And then anywhere that I think the brown has overtaken a little bit too much, I'm gonna smash it down in again, and that's gonna bring some of the colors that were down at the bottom up to the top. Now that's really textured. We got some really deep grooves on there. This looks exactly how I wanted it to, and from way far away, it kind of looks like one of those acrylic pour paintings whenever they put the silicone in it and it makes all the cells. Definitely a robust fireside appearance. And so now to protect the integrity of the design on top, we're gonna spritz it with rubbing alcohol, help it fight against any soda ash that may wanna crop up, and make sure that the mica stays in place and looks really sparkly. All right, and that's it, we're done. Here's a little close-up. I am digging it. It kind of reminds me of a big pile of fallen leaves, and the smell is just incredible. So potent, very much has a cinnamon and an apple in there. Definitely more apple though, a little hint of cinnamon, mainly apple. So I am gonna be back in 18 to 24 hours to split this slab into loaves and cut the loaves into bars after this quick commercial break. Okay, let me go get Rosalind. Rosalind, my love, you are a hefty lady. and I wouldn't have you any other way. It appears to me somebody did not do a good job of cleaning this off. That someone would be me, of course. Also, if I haven't said it before, Clorox disinfecting wipes are a soap maker's best friend. They cut grease, they get off every sort of mica you ever have spilled on your counters, they clean equipment well. Every soap maker should buy them in bulk at Costco. That's just my opinion, but it's the right one. Also, a couple of people have asked me recently, apparently my head has gotten into the frame a few times, and they were like, what is wrong with your hair? Why is it white or whatever? But it's actually not. I have a hairnet on, guys. Good manufacturing practices, don't you know? All right, that looks pretty good. Let's go get my slab. Oh. Here we go. I've also had a lot of people ask me recently if I still love my job, even after like almost 7 years. And to those people I say, have you seen my videos? This is not fake excitement. This is real excitement. Like this slab, I've been thinking about cutting all day. No joke, I have literally been thinking about cutting it all day because that's how enthused I am. So let's push this on through. Oh yes. I want to see that inside. Oh my gosh. The colors, the fragrance, the top, everything. I love it. And I'm really glad I decided to put that brown mica on the top because it just pulls the whole shebang together. Oh yeah, let's chop this up. What is this, you peasant? Get off my beautiful loaf. Evangeline, only you will do for this job, my dear. A lot of you folks seem to think I've forgotten about Evangeline. I have not. She gets a daily workout. Sometimes I just like showing my new toys on camera though. All right, let's put one of these bars here on the multi-bar cutter. I'm so delighted. Make sure we get nice good samples on the ends there. Press down gently. Pull one out of the middle. Oh, yas. I cannot with this, you guys. I cannot with this. I mean, just look at the swirls and look how pigmented that is. Also, nothing to complain about on top either. I actually kind of like that really, really textured look. I feel like I should do that on some up and coming bars. Also, I had a ton of requests for a cider soap, and when I looked on Google to see if anyone else had made one, I think I found like 4 people total. I don't know why this isn't a super popular fragrance and cold processed soap. And every single bar in this batch is so different. Like, I know I've said that before, but these really are. Like, look at the difference between these two. Heck yes, look at that swirl. I have to show you guys that one up close. That is nutballs. Okay, today's question of the day is not a funny one. Caleb is not here, I'm so sorry. But I just wanted to gauge the interest level. I have decided to do the 12 days of Soapmas again. The 12 days of Soapmas is essentially a video I upload every single day for 12 days, counting up until Christmas. And I just want to know how excited you guys are about it because I have been filming videos for this like 3 months in advance. At the end of this year, I'm gonna have to show you guys how many videos I have had to film in such a short amount of time to make this work. So is you excited? Let me know. Also, because I forgot to say in like the last 2 videos, these soaps are gonna be available to purchase at royaltysoaps.com on December 3rd with the rest of my holiday collection. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Also, we're like tripling our stock. I hope this means that you guys have a more luxurious shopping experience and it's not so frenzied. And we're doing the release far enough away from Christmas that even people who are international should be able to get their boxes in time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment down below, and be sure to tune in tomorrow because tomorrow's video is very special. We're doing a $100 giveaway, so you don't want to miss that. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today, whether that's cuddling down with a bowl of warm soup and watching your favorite holiday film, or going out and tromping around with family and friends and enjoying this finally cool weather. Either way, do something that makes you happy and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Meow.